our coaches do a great job of relaying the message to us that special teams plays an important role in the game, and that the more plays, the more dominant we can be on special teams, then it's just another phase of the game that we can help our offense and defense by field position and whatnot.
Can you talk about your involvement? It seems like you're making plays most games on special teams. Can you talk about your involvement and how much you enjoy being involved in special teams?
I think the coaches do a good job of emphasizing that special teams isn't any less than offense and defense, that your role is just as important. So I take special teams just as serious as I take defense, and that's the mindset of our whole team. And so it's the same mindset. We go out and try to make plays and do what you can.
Can you talk about your play going between your legs to down that punt? Can you just talk about what you were thinking on that play?
The ball was in the air, and I was just trying to keep him going to the end zone. That's about all I can say.
But did you watch replays and dang, that was pretty cool, I did that?
Yeah, I guess.
Did that make up for the other one that trickled in?
Yeah, I was a little frustrated about the first one. I should have had that one. So yeah, I was definitely wanting to get another one.
You think you're going to have your running mate in the secondary with you?
I believe so. I hope so. It's day to day, and I'm not sure. So we'll see how he progresses and what the doctors say.
How did Blake Morgan perform?
I thought he played great. I thought he did a really good job stepping up, made a lot of plays, a lot of tackles, helped us out a lot.
Daniel, talk about how you thought the defense did overall against Georgia Tech.
I thought we did well. I thought we made a lot of great plays, especially against an offense like that that's very difficult and very challenging. I do think that we could have held them to less points. I think there was a couple that we let slip through, especially the very last one right before the game, and then the opening drive, or the second drive it was, that we gave that long pass. So we eliminate just those two plays alone, and we're able to keep the points down.
What stands out about Houston's offense?
They like to throw the ball a lot. They got some good wide receivers. They've got a young quarterback that likes to throw. He's not afraid. And so it's going to be a challenge for us, I think. They run a lot of plays. They're up-tempo, like our offense. So, yeah, they'll be challenged.
Very different than what you faced last week, is what you're saying.
A little bit. Just a little bit different.
Playing in an NFL stadium give you any extra bump or anything?
It's cool. It's fun, but more focused on the opponent than anything.
When you take on when you got an offense that's moved the ball but gets down, kind of field goal range, you guys have done a pretty good job of stiffening up and not letting them consistently get touchdowns. Georgia Tech had a couple of drives that forced them into field goals. Is that a win for the defense? I know you don't want to let them get there, but when you force them into field goals, is that still a win that way?
Yeah, obviously when you find yourself in that situation, it's a challenge, and you want to keep the points down as much as you can. So touchdown's the worst case scenario, and no points is the best. So last year we were, top 5, top in the country in blue zone defense, or red zone defense, sorry. And we're probably not as efficient as we were last year, but that's our goal, is to keep the points down, not let them score. If we hold them to a field goal, it's better than a touchdown, but we'd like no points.
When you get that opportunity, what's the key as far as being able to be successful that way and limit their opportunity?
It goes back to experience, being in a challenging situation. I think our defense has been tested a lot, and we're almost comfortable in that situation, that we've been there before, and so it's just kind of, all right, well, here we go again, and it goes back to mindset. There's no room for error when you get into the red zone. You have not a whole lot of room to work with, so it goes back to being very, very disciplined and effective with our defense.
So blue zone, red zone, does it matter anymore?
No, it doesn't.
Daniel, Houston's starting a redshirt freshman at quarterback. You guys have anything special to confuse him being as young as he is?
I mean, we've got our defense, our normal package. We're going to run our normal stuff, and so we'll throw at him whatever we can.